What's up, y'all? It's Miss Panda, and today I want to do a reaction to my jazzy life going off on Liv. I also want to talk a little bit about the Mommiana Gang video. Before we get started, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to share and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. So let's get into today's video. Woo, child. I don't know what's going on in the YouTube streets, honey, but Jasmine was standing on business, honey. She was talking that gangster. She was talking gangster. Liv was up there trying to sit up there and backpedal. And listen, Jasmine was holding her feet to the fire, honey. She said, it ain't that, honey. Don't come over here trying to act like me and you cool, honey. Boo-boo, it is not that, honey. You said some foul stuff, and then Liv tried to sit up there and try to say, But you're the one who brought the kids into it first. You brought the kids into it because you said that you brought the kids into it. The only thing that Jasmine said was that Zolo was her baby daddy. Now, first of all, the thing about these two heifers, yes, I did call them heifers because that's what they are. They're heifers to me, okay? Now, the thing about these two heifers, these wenches, is the fact that Jasmine thought that she was the exception, and Liv thought that she was the exception too. She thought that Jasmine was a punk, which Jasmine was. Used to kind of act like a little punk though. She did. But ever since Chris left her, I don't know. She been going to the gym and that testosterone working it out in the gym or whatever. She talking that gangster stuff. And she ain't backing down this time. She said it's on site when she see Liv. That's what she said. Now, getting back to the point I was trying to make is the fact that Jasmine thought that she was the exception. She saw the way that Liv did Strong Mommy Chrissy, and she saw the way that she did Ming, and she just thought that she would never do that. She would never do that to me. Yes, she did. She's a data collector. That's what Liv is. She's a troublemaker, and she's a data collector. She's the type of friend that will act like she your friend, and then in the beginning, while everything is good, while the getting is good, she'll sit up there and collect all her information that she gonna use to fire against you later on. And you don't even realize that that's what it is. You don't even think that that's what it is because y'all be on good terms. But see, she don't use it right away. She wait until y'all fall out and then she attacks you with stuff. And as far as Liv goes, she thought she was going to just be able to have her way with Jasmine, and Jasmine wasn't going to do nothing. But Jasmine is standing. She going toe to toe. She just thought that, Jasmine was going to, get mad a little bit. She was going to be mad for a couple of little days. She going to call her and it was going to be peace. Nah, not this time. She said, not to freaking day, honey. I'm standing on business. I find it funny that when Jasmine, brought up the fact that the situation about Liv talking about her kids, Liv tried to backpedal and said that Jasmine brought the kids into it first. I guess by saying that, like I said, Zolo, because we're going to do this step by step. Zolo was her baby daddy. So when Jasmine asked her to explain and go into it, she gonna talk and say, well, I don't want to really talk about baby daddies because my kids are around. That's funny. My thing is, you don't want to talk about the baby daddy situation in front of your kids, but then you could come your fat sloppy behind up on the internet and then drag Jasmine kids and spread Jasmine business all up and down the YouTube streets in front of everybody. But you don't want to talk about this situation because you're caught. And you didn't think that she was going to make you hold your feet to the fire. That's why you don't want to talk about it. You could never get a straight answer out of Miss Piggy. Let's continue, honey. Now, Jasmine said that when she see Liv, it's going to be on site. Now, listen. I don't like Liv. I don't like Jasmine either. But do y'all believe that if we all know they ain't gonna run into each other because both of them kind of scary. I mean, they talking that internet gangster, but when it come down to meeting up in real life, I don't think neither one of them is really about that life. What y'all think? Drop that in the comment section to tell me y'all opinion about it. I think Jasmine big for no reason, and I don't think she can fight for real, for real. I think she can ball. I think she got bass in her voice, but I don't think she can fight like that for real. I don't think so. And Liv can't fight. Liv ain't gonna do nothing. She a cop caller. She is a cop caller. She's the type of person to talk all this mess, and then soon somebody run up on her, she ready to sit up there and get restraining orders and press charges on people. She ain't gonna fight nobody. I don't think neither one of them is. Deflect, deflect, deflect. All Liv Fat Behind does is deflect, deflect, deflect. That's all she do. Every time you ask her a question, because Jasmine had asked her why she came up on the YouTube streets and told people and was going around saying that Chris, her fat sloppy baby daddy, had SA'd a couple of her kids. She gonna take him and say, well, what's the difference between a lie and the truth? What are you talking about? That's what I mean when I say a deflection. What does that have to do with anything? That's not what she asked you. She didn't ask you what the difference between a lie and a truth was. She asked you why you made up a lie, going around telling people that her baby daddy S8 two of her kids. She ain't asked you about the difference between a lie and the truth, because we already know that a lie is something that somebody made up, which she did, and the truth is based off of facts. Everything that comes out of Liv Life's mouth is based off of a lie. So she never really answered the question. So that means she's just going around the mulberry bush at this point. I don't know what's wrong with this fat cow. My thing is, I don't understand Liv's way of thinking. I don't understand how she feels justified, okay? Justified, and felt that it was warranted for her to go around and drag her kids in. I could see her talking about Chris, because I don't like Chris neither. I could see her talking about Jasmine, because they're adults. They could defend themselves. But you bring the children into it and justify it because you feel like you didn't like the fact that Jasmine told the internet that Zolo, which he kind of funny looking too, but anyway, told the internet that Zolo was Liv baby daddy. So what? So what? What does that have to do with the children? What does that don't have anything to do with the kids? And my thing is, even if she did say that, you could have you could have said something about her or Chris. Why bring the kids into it? What did they have to do with it? Like, she is just low down to me. That's why she ain't never gonna have no good luck. That's why she don't have nothing. That's why nobody don't want to be bothered with her. Like, come on now. You can't be playing with nobody's kids, because I would want to smack heat out of her if she say something about my kids. I don't play like that. So I don't blame Jasmine for standing on business, honey. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's really good with Liv. Is she ashamed? Is she ashamed of Zolo? It seemed to me like she's ashamed of him or something. Because it seemed like she, even if that is like her baby daddy, it seemed like she don't want nobody to like know about it though. Like she embarrassed by him or something. I don't understand. Like, is he slow? Is something wrong with him or something? Because I don't really watch Liv like that. I watch her a little bit here and there, but she's just boring to me, unappealing to me. So I don't really. I've heard other people discussing the whole Zolo and Liv saga, if that's what you want to call it. And now I know they're not together. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, because Jasmine had did that little promotion thing to get back. We all know that Jasmine did that promotion thing to get back at Liv. We all know she did that. Come on now. They know how to hit each other where it hurts. So I went out there and checked his little channel out or whatever, because I wanted to find out what the dude was about and everything. And I think he got him a little older woman, honey. He got him a little shit mama, honey. She pretty though. Now, one thing I could say about her, she got her stuff together, like she got a house. She just older, but she pretty. You could tell back in when she was younger that she was a little fine something, honey. But she older, but she pretty though. You know, she looked better than Liv. At least she got her stuff together. But yeah, I want to know what's the big deal about her hiding her baby daddy from the world, but then could put everybody else's business out there. That shit got a lot of nerve, honey. Wait a minute. Hold up. Time out. Wait a minute. Liv said out her fat, funky mouth that Jasmine is doing all this stuff for the internet. And maybe to a certain extent she is. Let's say, for the sake of argument, she is. Because at the end of the day, she is a content creator. And this is how she get her money. As does Liv, even though she don't really get as much money as Jasmine do. But anyway. But isn't Liv doing all of this for the internet too? She the one who was boasting and bragging about, well, I have 100,000 subscribers, and they'll never make it to my level, and all of this stuff that she was saying. Like, that's a flex, girl. Don't nobody care about that. You ain't getting no money. And quiet as a cat, rumor has it, Ming, that Liv be buying her little subscribers and her little views and stuff, child. That's what Ming said. She sure did. That's my source. I heard her say it. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I know that Ming said it. But honey, if you really compare the apples to oranges for real, the subscriber count that she got and the views ain't lining up. So it's not a far cry or a stretch to believe that she might be spending some money on that little 100,000 subscriber thing. I think she might. I'm trying to figure out where she be getting money from, but then again, she got a whole bunch of kids. But then again, she can't really be getting child support because she owes child support to Gerard and Antonisha for taking care of the 3 older ones. And that's why she door dashing and Instacart and then doing everything else she can do to pay them. So I'm trying to figure out where she get money at. She probably on SSI because you know she a little slow. That's probably what she getting. She's probably on. It's nothing wrong with being on SSI, but we know Liv is slow. That's probably where she getting her money from. But anyway, let me keep going. I feel like Liv owes Jasmine an apology for bringing those kids into that situation like that. To me, that's just how I feel about it. Everybody may not agree with how I feel, but I don't really play about kids, and they didn't have nothing to do with it, and they're innocent in this. She ain't got to like Jasmine. I'm not defending Jasmine. Jasmine could defend herself. She grown. And Chris grown. And Liv is grown. And Zolo grown. They could defend themselves. But them kids, she owe her an apology for that. And me, personally, Jasmine, listen, directly to you, if you ever, because I know how Jasmine is. We all know how Jasmine is. She'll get mad at somebody. She'll talk all this whoop, 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 whoop. Then she'll get, she'll calm down later on and then piece it up with the person and be cool with them, kind of like how she is with Ming and Chrissy. And if Chris wanted to walk back through the door, he could. And if Philip wanted to walk back through the door, he could. So you better not let Liv walk back through that door after what she did to you. I'm going to give you the side eye, Jasmine. Okay? Liv had the audacity to say that she called Jasmine to have a grown-up conversation. How can you have a grown-up conversation with somebody that's a deceptive, pathological liar? Every time Jasmine asks her a direct question, she never gives her an answer. She always tries to deflect or project it onto Jasmine. You can't have no grown-up conversation. She's petty and she's childish. Man, come on. Oh, child. Jasmine cussed Miss Stella out too, child. She said that Miss Stella could get it too. Oh, I couldn't really hear what Miss Stella was saying. But when Liv and Jasmine was arguing on live, Stella said something. And Jasmine went off. She said that she can get it too. It's on site when she see her too. These chicks is wildin'. Now, under normal circumstances, I'm not really the type of person to condone somebody bringing somebody's mother into a beef. Even if I had beef with somebody, like we all had beef with people. Like I've never dragged anybody that a friend of mine's parent into our beef. Is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But in this case, I feel like Jasmine's well within her rights to say something if Stella is saying something. But Stella is, of course, she's gonna defend Liv because that's her daughter, right or wrong. But she's responsible for creating this mess with everything because she don't. I don't feel like as when Liv was growing up. What I'm trying to say is, I don't feel like Stella was put a foot down with her. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it seemed like she just let Liv do whatever she want to do, and she grew up to be an adult that's still on that same type of time because she's not used to nobody really putting their foot down with her or standing on business with her. It looked like she run over Stella to me. That's what it seemed like. Far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to talk about. Liv knows how can I put this? She thought that she had Jasmine sewed up. What I mean by that is she's being introduced to the new Jasmine. This is not the same Jasmine from last year. This ain't the same Jasmine that was with Chris. This is a different Jasmine. Like as far as the way she is handling Olivia, she wouldn't have handled her like this last year. All Liv would have had to do was just get her by herself, have a conversation with her, and it would have been he and kiki and ha because she's friendship desperate, which Jasmine to a certain extent still is. But I think that triggered something when she talked about those kids like that. And I think Liv thought that she was going to get that off because she knows that Jasmine misses Chrissy and she misses Ming, and she don't really have a lot of friendships. She don't have a good relationship with her family like that. So she's gonna want to cling to somebody because she don't really have Philip like that. He helps with the kids, but he don't really want to be bothered with. He got Hannah, and they happy over there. And then Chris left her, so she don't really got nobody. So she think that Jasmine would be operating off of desperation, friendship desperate, that, don't matter. You could do anything to her, talk to her any way, any kind of way, treat her any kind of way, and she's not going to stand up for herself. I'm kind of glad to see her standing up for herself in a way. I'm kind of glad. Olivia is so pathetic to me. She had the audacity to say that her son, I guess talking about little AJ, could fight little Stinkerbug. Like, ain't they like 2 years old or something like that? Like, here she go bringing the kids into stuff again. Like, them kids don't know what the heck is going on, trying to drag the kids in there. Something wrong with her. Need to go upside her head, idiot. The bottom line is Liv was never ever Jasmine's friend ever. She never had good intentions for her. She is sneaky. She is two-faced. She is a backstabber. She had the audacity to bring up the candle situation where allegedly out of Jasmine's mouth, I think a candle was thrown or something like that, and then Chris got mad and punched some hole. We all know he was punching holes in the walls because we saw him. That's not no secret. We saw him, but the fact that she be petty enough to like bring it up, like she just seemed to me like she's low down, she's no good, and she just always secretly had it out for all of them. Like I don't know. She just need to get herself together. Maybe go back to school and try to do something with her life because she's just too petty, jealous, and just I don't know. Can't keep no man, can't keep no friends. Don't do right by her kids. Just low down and grimy all the way around. I'm just really not understanding why she just don't take the DNA test to find out who AJ father is. Do she know who AJ father is? Why is she? What is the big deal? Why wouldn't she, as a woman, want to know who her baby daddy is? Why is she playing games? I don't understand her. And if the dude is that bad and she ashamed of him or whatever, that's how she act to me. She ain't never said it, but she act like she ashamed for him to be her baby daddy. Then why was she sleeping with him? I don't understand. Why does she keep the baby? Why does she get pregnant? There's ways that she could have, there's contraceptives out there. I don't get her. Like, she's weird to me. She's a weirdo. What? Now, I don't know if this is true or not. According to Jasmine, honey, Liv messed around with Niecy's son. I'm talking about Gerard's nephew. I would think that is what she is talking about, a pass around. Like, this girl, like, somebody need to put a padlock on her bus because she sit up there and she will give it to just about anybody. That's probably why she don't want to sit up there and take that test, that DNA test, because she probably really don't know now that I think about it. What? Girl, you just out here spreading it low and spreading it wide and giving it to everybody. Honey, listen, I almost fell out my chair because I want to switch gears for a second and I want to talk about this Mommiana Gang live that Jasmine, Chrissy, and Ming did. Honey, listen, I almost fell out my chair when I saw the Mommiana Gang live. I'm like, what the heezy is going on over there? Listen, I feel like Jasmine looks stupid. I just don't like how she allows people to play in her face. This whole entire situation to me doesn't feel genuine. And at this point, Jasmine is constantly being played with. Okay. She's just is giving friendship desperate with this group. She might not care about Liv no more, but you know how she was about Chrissy. Like, it was like a anybody ever seen what's the name of that show? It was a movie a long time ago. Single White Female. It's like she would try to do everything that Chrissy would do. She would try to wear her hair like her mannerisms was like her. She would try to talk like her, act like her, everything. It was just weird. It was really weird. Now how this meeting came about is I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. I think it's weird. Now, on this live, Chrissy had asked, did she tell Liv that she had a house in Virginia? Now, by house in Virginia, y'all know what that means. Like the virus that causes, it's a sexually transmitted disease or whatever. Because at first it had me stumped too. Like house in Virginia. I'm like, she ain't never lived. I literally was sitting there in my mind. Like when I first started watching Chrissy, she was in Colorado with the little kids. That's when Cadence was little. Cadence and Kaya and all them was little. Then I was like, okay, she moved to Las Vegas, and that's when she was with DeMarcus. I'm like, okay. And then from there, she moved to Texas. Then from Texas, she moved back to Colorado. I was like, I don't remember her having no house in Virginia. Then I'm like, oh, they talking about that. Okay. All right. That's what they talking about. Okay. But she said that she didn't say that. Jasmine said that she didn't say that. She said that Liv made that up. That Chrissy had house in Virginia. That Liv made that up by herself. So I don't really know. But I feel like Jazz is phony. And I feel like she being a punk. Because she knows she was talking about Chrissy and Ming too. Okay. Now, they also discussed that about Liv lying on Jazz kids, saying that she got SA'd by Chris. A lot of the stuff that they was talking about was things that we already aware of already. It was pretty like they were reiterating a lot of things that was already been discussed, rehashed, discussed again, regurgitated, talked about again. Like it wasn't really anything new. But I guess they hadn't talked to each other in a long time. So I guess everything that they would address would be things that was from the past. But anyway, like I was saying, they discussed Liv lying on Jazz kids, saying that she got SA'd by Chris. Now, I remember Chrissy saying something about Chris going into the bathroom while the girls were taking a bath. Well, we all know that that's inappropriate because there's no way that I would be okay with a man going into the bathroom while my kids are in the bathtub because they don't have any clothes on. Why would I be okay with that? So if Jazz did allow it to happen, she's an idiot. And she everything that she gets, she deserves. Okay? Liv needs to get a life. That's why she don't have nobody, because she always starting mess. They also mentioned on the live that allegedly Liv put her YouTube account in her mama name. You know how low down you got to be to do something like that? I guess she did that so they wouldn't have to go after her YouTube account for the child support for the 3 older kids. She pathetic. She is pathetic. This goofy broad had the nerve to bring up that old story about the time when she was living with her mother. Y'all remember that? When I say goofy broad, I ain't talking about Liv because they both goofy. I'm talking about Jasmine. She brought up the story. Y'all remember when she was living with her mother? She claims that somebody broke into her mom's house, and the only thing that they did was touch her leg, and then they left. Let's have a moment of silence for that. Did it sound stupid to y'all? Because it sounds ridiculously stupid to me too. I ain't never believe that. I didn't believe it then. I don't believe it now. That don't make sense to me. Anytime somebody's going to break into your house, it's usually because they want to steal something from you, or they want to rob you, or some type of home invasion, or they trying to SA you. But they're not going to just break into your house just to touch on you, touch your leg, and then just walk out and leave. Listen, that's ridiculous. And it don't make sense. And it probably didn't happen. So I don't even understand why she even brought that up. So Chrissy finally got her "I told you so" moment. She got out. I know she's been waiting years to tell Jasmine that. Chrissy finally, after all these years, got to tell Jasmine, "I told you so" about Liv. I know it felt good after all these years to tell Jazz that. The only way that Jasmine was going to really understand is to have it happen to her. All that stuff that she did to Chrissy, yeah, she turned around and she did all that stuff to Jasmine too. And that's the only way that Jasmine would really fully understand the magnitude of Liv. Because if that stuff didn't happen to her and Liv still would have been cool. Y'all know she still would have been cool. That's messed up that Liv had to personally attack her kids for Jasmine to finally get it. But hey, it is what it is. And did y'all see that live? I never seen Jasmine smile so much. She had the biggest, goofiest smile on her face when she was up there with them. I hope that she realizes that this is not, it's not what she thinks it is. I think she thinks that she's back in their friend group, but Chrissy and Ming are like real life ride or die friends. I think at one point Hunt and Chrissy was cool, but I don't think that that's going to be the case now. They might still talk here and there, and they might be kind of somewhat cool, but I don't think that Chrissy or Ming will ever let her like fully into their circle. I don't think they'll ever fully trust her again. I don't think so. And the comment section was really going off about Jasmine being up on their live panel with them. A lot of people just they was not for it at all. Okay. They was not. Some people said, wait, after all, I'm gonna read some of the comments from the live. Wait, after all Jazz said about you, Chrissy, what's going on? And then some people would say, Chrissy, don't fall for this. That's crazy. That is so crazy. They are not for it at all. I'm gonna read a couple of more comments. They said Jazz is so fake. Then they said Jazz is a flip-flopping trick. Another commenter said Jasmine is going to expose all of you. Then another person said this is so fake and awkward. I can't. Wow. Then another person said people are saying that Liv is saying that she dares y'all to bring her on y'all live. I don't think she wanted to come on though. That's about all they didn't really talk about much. They kind of just rehashed a lot of different things about just a lot of the same stuff. Chrissy was being shady. You could tell she really didn't want to be there. You could tell by her facial expression she just wasn't really interested in it. It looked like Ming really had to beg Chrissy to come on there because Chrissy is just not beat at all. She was just, trying to be a good friend to Ming. And Jasmine, she just looked like she's oblivious to what's going on, that she really wasn't really wanted over there for real. And it's just like, to me, Ming was being nicey / shady kind of. She is the type of person to be shady, but like in a nice way. Like she was getting her little digs and jabs in too. Like, yeah, you could just tell. What made me feel some type of way is Jazz to me is no different than Liv, because I noticed that when Ming and Chrissy was asking her about some of the things that took place in terms of some of the things that she had told Olivia about them, because she told a lot of Chrissy business. Like her and Chrissy was like sisters. So Chrissy told her a lot of stuff because they were close. And when she got upset with her, she basically did the same thing that Liv did to her. And went back and just spilled the beans and gave Liv all this ammunition to attack Chrissy and Ming. And now she has the audacity to get an attitude with Liv because she turned around and did the same thing with her. When people shows you who they are, believe them the first time. She showed you who she was when she did what she did to Chrissy and Ming. You just thought that she wasn't going to do it to you. And the bottom line is they were asking her questions about how Liv got this information, and only thing she was doing was deflecting and projecting it back onto Liv as if she had nothing to do with it. That's what was making me upset, because she had a lot to do with it. She was telling her she wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff if she didn't give her the information. She's not being truthful. You can't build with somebody like that. Jasmine is such a victim. She is such a victim to me. Like she's just a victim. Like Ming basically asked her, like, why when I told you that Olivia was going to do the same stuff to you, why did you choose to just trust her and confide your personal business? Like when she was fighting with Chris and it was arguing and going through to whatever it is they was going through. I guess she didn't have Chrissy to confide in anymore because they had already fell out. I don't think that Tiara really was talking to her like that. I don't think, obviously, Ming wasn't talking to her anymore either. So I guess she really doesn't have friends like that in real life for real. So I guess Liv was the only person that she had. So that's probably why she went to her and talked to her. But I really believe that she was delusional enough to think that this woman would not do these things to her. I really think that she thought that she was above everything in the exception. What an idiot. She showed her it wasn't that, honey, didn't she? Now I'm just wondering. I wonder if Jazz and Chris got back together, which we absolutely know that that's not going to happen because Chris does not want her. Jasmine wants him, but he don't want her no more, honey. He made that very clear. But just for the sake of argument, just for the sake of hypothetical, if they were to get back together, do you think that Jasmine will be sitting on this live panel trying to be cool with Ming and Chrissy again? I absolutely don't think so. Because he didn't like Chrissy, because Chrissy had him sewed up. She could read him, see through him, and she would tell Jasmine exactly what it was. He don't want nobody around Jasmine that's going to school her on who he really is. That's why I say no. And her relationship with Chris was way more important than her relationship with anybody. Her mother, her friends, anybody. That's why I say
She kept using me and Chrissy situation.
Jasmine is full of it. They asked her a direct question. Did you tell Olivia that Chrissy had a house in Virginia? Okay. She never answered the question. She went around and around and around and around the mulberry bush, but she never directly answered the question as a form of deflection. So I believe she did tell Liv that because she was mad at Chrissy. I think that she is petty. She is not trustworthy. She is low down. You got to watch a person, how they would do you when they get mad or drunk. How a person speaks to you and treats you when they're angry or drunk is how they really feel. Okay? So it made sense for her to go pull that level of griminess about this woman's health because you were upset with her. What grade are you in? Or what are we in high school? That's how you do people. That's why you ain't got no friends and nobody don't want to be bothered with you. And I don't care how much working out you do. Don't nobody want to be bothered with you. And don't no man want her neither. Lying behind. She need to take accountability for what she said and did. Don't make no sense. Stupid behind. Another thing that Jazz did that I didn't like is the fact that she apologized to Chrissy and Ming. But my thing is, she apologized to Chrissy and Ming off camera and like behind the scenes. I personally, if I was them, I wouldn't have accepted it. And let me explain to you why I wouldn't have accepted it. I wouldn't have accepted it because my thing is the apology should have been as loud as the disrespect. She came on the internet and she had no problem with dragging Chrissy, talking about them, this and this and that. So my thing is she should have came up on the internet and apologized to them. I don't believe it. I feel like it's fake to me. It's fugazi. And I wouldn't have accepted it. And I hope she don't accept them back. They don't accept her back into their sister circle either. Jazz is a walking liar and she's a walking red flag. That's all I have to say about that. Well, drop down in the comment section and tell me how you feel about today's video. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel because doing those things help to push my videos to the algorithm. And also, tell me how you feel about, have you ever had a friend that you fell out with that spreaded your business? Because I know I did. Child, I got lots of stories about that. But thank you for listening. I love you all and be blessed.